Okay, so Vincent Povey again, RAF Blakehill Farm. This is the final point of our audio tour of the airfield, and we are at the site of the remains of the end of runway number 2, which was the main runway for the airfield site. It measures 2,000 yards in length, which is about 1,810 metres. It had run-off ends made out of pier steel planking, a piece of which is on the Whitworth building, which we have passed as we have come down the perimeter track to get to the gateway. There is no public access to this area. It is privately owned by the Wiltshire Wildlife Trust, and it is where they have their farming operation, and for obvious reasons of insurance and health and safety there is no public access as there are livestock and machinery being used. The concrete here is made up of sections which are marked with the date and the time of the concrete being laid during the airfield's construction, and this is where the boots of servicemen once stood. This is history in real life. We can imagine 79 years ago this year, 2023, on the 5th of June 1944, that 216 Dakotas from Blakehill, Broadway and Down Ampney each started their engines. The first aircraft to take off from RAF Blakehill was 6 Dakotas towing Horsa gliders at 2250 hours. They were followed by 24 Dakotas carrying troops from 233 Squadron. They would have flown in front of us from left to right. On the 8th of June 1944, Operation Rob Roy was flown from this runway, and 233 Squadron flew a resupply mission to the 6th Airborne Division. On the 13th of June 1944, a C-47 Dakota from 233 Squadron became the first Allied aircraft to land in France after the D-Day invasion. The aircraft was bringing back wounded personnel. 3 WAF volunteers had become the first women to fly into an active war zone. Myra Roberts, Lydia Alford and Edna Birkbeck returned to the airfield and were met by 42 press photographers from Canadian and American and British newspapers. You can Google any of these names and you'll be able to find that photograph online. On the 17th of September 1944, 34 Dakotas, some towing Horsa gliders, carried 454 troops into action from this runway surface. In total, 14 Dakotas and their crews were lost from this runway, but many more glider crews and airborne infantry failed to return.